Here's a quick overview of the 2013 Lexus GS. You're not going to mistake this GS from the earlier ones that were out on the road because of this very aggressive front-end design that Lexus has gone with. They call it a spindle grille. I think it kind of looks like an hourglass. But on this car that you're looking at, the front end is even more aggressive looking. That's because this is the F-Sport model. It's the sporty model of the GS. It also adds about $5,700 to the price tag, but you get a number of good things with it, notably these 19-inch wheels with low-profile Bridgestone tires. Another little interesting design element, look, they're not blacked out, they're grayed out, which I actually think works very well in this color combination. Another styling element that I like on the side is how they finished off the DLO, the daylight opening here. It's very busy, there's a lot of lines moving around, but it comes off as very smooth and graceful and flowing. I really like what they did with that. Take a look at the rear here. The rear end styling is a lot more conventional than the front. Not nearly as aggressive, not nearly as groundbreaking, but there are a couple of elements back here that I do like about it. Notably, how they've got these hard edges on the outside lips of the tail lamps. This is actually a separation point that gives the air a clean brake at the rear end of the car, which reduces turbulence and improves the car's aerodynamics. Down below in the lower bumper fascia here, I also like very much how they finished the exhaust tips on these cars. Very big, chrome plated, really stands out when you're standing behind the vehicle, and to me the way that they've done this really screams luxury. But you know, there's just as good a story inside about the styling as there is outside. What I really like about the dashboard in the GS is look at these long horizontal lines. Very unusual to see in cars today, especially luxury cars. Usually they're so segmented. The driver cockpit, the console cockpit, then things for the passenger as well. To me, this look actually harkens back to older American cars. And I wonder if that's something that Lexus had in mind, really designing the GS for the American market. But what really grabs your eyes once you sit in here is the display screen, which has got to be the biggest in the business. They've also got a joystick, a mouse really, built into the center console. Very thoughtfully, they've added this padded support. You can just rest your wrist on it and manipulate this mouse or joystick very easily. And because the graphics are so easy to read, this thing really isn't all that distracting. It's very easy to get to the controls. But you know what? The proof of any car is in how it drives. Let's take it for a spin. As soon as you get underway, I mean, this is the F-Sport, now you can choose how you want this car to behave. They've got this button on the center console that you can put in eco mode. Ooh, who wants that? You can put it in normal, but what's normal about an F-Sport GS? Then you can twist it once and put it in sport mode, twist it again, and you get Sport Plus. That's when this car really comes alive. Now you know why you spent that extra $5,700 on the F-Sport, because it's got adaptive suspension that changes when you put it in that setting. It also changes the shift points and the steering of the car. Really makes this thing come alive and feel like a performance car. The only one little criticism I have of this car is that the steering is a little bit numb. What I mean is it's not that self-centering. If you're really hustling this car, you almost have to pull the steering back. It doesn't return on its own. I don't know if that's a function of the caster angle or how wide these tires are, but it's the one minor criticism that I have. Other than that, this $58,000 GS F-Sport can make quite a statement as it comes down the street.